What is up, guys? John the Retro Bro back again. Do you even handheld, bro? Do you even emulate, bro? Today on this video we're gonna do an emulation video. You guys know I started this channel all about retro gaming, all about retro gaming emulation, and along with that I did a lot of how-tos as far as Raspberry Pi setups, images, different types of emulator reviews, and I want to go back to that. So today we're going to check out the Anbenick Rg351P. Bro, do you even handheld, bro? Alright guys, so here you go. Here is the Rg351P. A little bit of a tongue twister there. By Anbenick. So this is a handheld console, guys. They've done other models of these. Some of the models would do a lot of retro stuff, a lot of 8 and 16-bit stuff. This supposedly does Dreamcast, N64, PSP, MAME, along with all the other stuff. So here's the box, relatively small. I was actually kind of surprised at how small it was. I'll put a link in the description below where you can get yours. And then let's open this up. We're going to do an unboxing review, nothing fancy. We're just going to open this up. So, it comes with a USB-C cable, which you're seeing more and more of these days. So that's pretty cool. They're actually getting easier to find. Now the mini USB cables are harder. It comes with a little instruction booklet, although I'll tell you, it's actually pretty useless because this thing runs a fork of Emulation, and nothing in that manual will tell you how to actually play the system. So the system itself, we're going to take a closer look at this in a minute, but here you go. So relatively small, I would say super durable. This thing, for a lot of the stuff you can get from China.
You take China.
This thing, I would have no doubts, like I would have no worries if I dropped this on the floor. Maybe not like stone or tile, but if I dropped it on like my hardwood floor upstairs, obviously down here on the carpet you'd be good. I wouldn't really need to worry about this. So let's take a closer look. This thing supposedly runs N64, Dreamcast, MAME, PSP. Let's get a close look and let's play some games and check it out. Alright guys, so here's a closer look of the Rg351P. There's a 64 gigabyte SD card that will come with it. Reset button, 2 speakers are on the bottom. Both of these do click, by the way. Thumbsticks. D-pad, A, B, L1, L2, R1, R2. You got your headset, OTG, OGG, DC. Power button. So let's turn this sucker on. This is running and you get volume control there. So this is running a fork of Emulation. You can change it a little bit. I haven't really had to yet. Everything I've pretty much ran through it runs pretty well for the most part. A couple N64 games like Conker's run slow. I haven't tried GoldenEye yet, so we'll try that one on here. So if you get this off the link in the description below, this is going to come with all of this how you see it. The ones you're going to buy from eBay, Amazon, there's going to be less games on them. So we got Nintendo DS. Let's go this way. Final Burn Alpha. Got MAME, and you can see, you guys, a lot of games on here. Turn that up so you guys can hear that. Wonder Swan color, which is nice. You don't see that on too many things. Capcom, more Capcom games. So you got your Marvel, your Street Fighters, Super Street Fighters on here. Those are the arcade ports, Capcom. I'm not too familiar with these. Maybe some of you guys are. Street Fighter 2. Looks like a different version. MSX. I'll be honest, I don't even know what the hell MSX is. Like, I'll be completely honest with you. Somebody in the description, bro, do you even MSX? Tell me what that is, because I haven't really messed with it. PC Engine. Entire PC Engine library, guys. Every PC Engine game that was on a hue card is on here. Nintendo, obviously, Game Boy, Super Nintendo, N64, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, Genesis, Game Gear, the Mega Drive. I have everything in the Genesis folder. So, and then Dreamcast, and then Neo Geo, Neo Geo Pocket, and PlayStation, PSP, and then your all games. So a lot of people want to know. I know they're going to ask me, how does PSP play? So let's try some Hot Shots Golf. I'd imagine that is a relatively demanding game, at least graphically, maybe. So let's see how that looks on here. This is one game I have not tried yet. We're running at 30 frames. .31 frames, so okay. Stroke play. Sorry, I'm not even. You know what? That's too easy, guys. Let's go. Load times seem pretty good so far. So we dropped down to 8 frames there. 4 frames, 31. It's a little choppy. How's it sound? Okay. Yeah, that's not good. This thing supposedly plays. Yeah, that's almost unplayable because you got to have that right on. So the color is having a hard time coming through on the video, but I will tell you the color looks amazing. So far so good. Then again, we're just at the demo here. We're at 30 FPS. So we're at around 30 frames. I would say this is running very well. This actually runs better on here than I have a B-Link mini PC. This runs better on here so far. So that's good. That's good. This is a game that, you know, a lot of people bought the PSP for this game because before this, Rondo of Blood, you had to pretty much play it on the PC Engine. So that was a game that was very hard to get. So I'm hanging around 30 frames. I would say this is definitely playable on here. So you can save game. I'm trying to figure out. All this is in Chinese, unfortunately. So I have no idea how to exit. Should be here. There we go. Because there are, you know, you're looking at 21 consoles on here. So 21 consoles. So far 60 frames. It's funny because I'm jumping below that in the title. So let's get right to the gameplay on this one. So this is another remake I never really played too much of. Obviously I played the original on Super Nintendo. So this is definitely a fun one to go through and play, especially on a handheld to where you can save all your progress. This is playing great. I'm hanging around 60 frames. Not too much going on the screen. Let's go up here. I know we're going to get some... Let's try and cause a lot of havoc here. So I'm really trying to do a lot and doing pretty well. So I would say this is a success. With the exceptions of Hot Shots Golf, I think a lot of 2D stuff on here, 2.5D, will run pretty well. So I don't think it's going to do like a God of War. That's probably definitely not going to happen. And You know, so if you're looking to play like a God of War sequel on here, how the hell do I exit this? There we go. That's probably not going to happen. So I would say PSP though, pretty well. I mean, for something like this, you know, what you're getting, definitely worth it. So let's go to N64. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of people asking about N64. There's not too many N64 titles that will run on a lot of emulation handhelds. Obviously, even a lot of Android devices have problems, you know, with the exception of like the NVIDIA Shield. N64 is just tough to get working pretty much on anything. So let's play some GoldenEye. Conquers, I will tell you, I would say is not very playable on here, unfortunately. So we'll see how this one does. Alrighty, let's see what we got. Stuttering here is pretty common amongst a lot of emulators. Trying to figure out why I can't move forward here. I can sidestep. If I could move, I don't think it would be terrible. Now, there is a way to go through in RetroArch settings here, because this is running on RetroArch, and adjust your controls. So that could probably fix the problem. I've never seen this do this. Like, I'm walking forward, but I'm also... Yeah, so I would say, you know what, this actually, I mean, if the controls worked well, I would say this this would probably play okay. So screw around, if you guys get this, screw around with the controls in RetroArch. It's actually not playing really that choppy. It's just everything else, you know. So I think with controls, I think that one would probably work. So we'll quit RetroArch, we'll quit that one. Let's try some other. Let's try some F-Zero X, another popular one. This is one I have not tried yet. After this one, we'll do some Star Fox, see how Star Fox plays. Mario Kart plays fine. Super Mario 64 plays fine. But I have not tried Star Fox yet. Super Smash Brothers works. Oh, this plays really nice. Okay. This plays, I mean, F-Zero X is not a super difficult one to emulate, but this plays really well. Yeah, it just sucks because I'm trying to look down at my screen, so that's definitely a winner.
Check your G-diffuser system. Falco here. I'm fine. This is Epic. All systems go.
Flippy here. I'm okay.
I see him up ahead. Let's rock and roll.
Alright, so this is playing really well.
Hey, what's the big idea?
Flippy, watch out. Bogey on your
This is actually playing extremely well. Color's pretty good. I don't know how well you guys are seeing it on the screen.
Thanks, Bot. I thought they had me.
We're entering Corneria City now.
Got the boosters there. Yeah, this plays great. This is definitely, I would say, more than playable. So that's good. N64 is one of those things. It's always tricky. It's always tricky to get working. So far, it looks like a lot of, and that's a lot of the things on N64 emulation. For whatever reason, the first party stuff always ran better. Super Mario 64 plays great. Smash Brothers. So I would say N64 overall. I would say 75%. Let's check out Turok actually. Let's see how Turok plays. I'm really kind of curious. That was a guilty pleasure of mine back in the day. I thought it was it's funny because it was a very good looking shooter for its time, especially for a console. And but that N64 controller, man, was no bueno. Bro, do you even single analog? And again, this is one thing that the controls you have to use on this thing almost both analog. So, but other than that, this seems to run really well. Other than that, other than the minor issue of, you know, it's almost impossible to control. It works really well. If you can switch these, which you can do in RetroArch, this would be really playable because you're essentially just using two analog sticks. Unless you can get used to playing two analog sticks backwards, but definitely playable on Turok, which is nice. That, you know, it's really kind of a bummer because you would think, you know, with how they touted how well it's supposed to play in 64, you know, all the Nintendo parties stuff runs fine. Looks like Attitude's working here. Let's see how Attitude does. These were always more fun with two-player anyway, so I don't know who's really all buying these with the handhelds. Go Mankind versus Mankind. Okay, so far so good. Okay. So this one's playing well, actually. This one plays really well. Yeah, this plays well. So maybe the other ones are just bad ROMs, or you could just mess around in RetroArch to use a different emulator, etc. So that works really good. I'm happy with that. I mean, overall, I guess I'm like not totally disappointed with the N64 emulation because you pretty much have to take it for what it is. So we all know a Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, PC Engine, MSX, all these Capcom games, they will play. So let's try and do some Nintendo DS. Let's do some new Super Mario. So the cool thing about DS on this, everyone's wondering, well, how do you get the two screens? So you got two screens there. You click these L1, L2. L2, R2 will kind of shuffle through the screens. You can do that. Do that screen. Just switch it. So let's do Mario game. Seriously, keep getting a line up here. That will not go away. I don't know what that is. There, okay, it's gone now. Alright, let's try out some new Super Mario Brothers. That plays pretty well. This thing, it's funny because this probably plays Nintendo DS better than N64. Like, figure that out, you know? It just goes to show how hard, you know, it was for N64 emulation. I have another one up here. Where's it at? Got it. Let's go. And got my one up. So that plays really well. So let's go back out of that. Oh. How do I exit this? Let's try some Mario Kart DS. So ergonomically, I will say overall, you know, I'm not one when it comes to handhelds. I'm not like I'm like the guy who always like my hand cramps, you know. So, oh, single player, what's going on? Okay, Grand Prix. 50cc, little Mario. I like that second screen option there. So and then you can just click it back. I think that's really cool. Ah, okay, I can hit the X button for that. So this is running really well. This is impressive, actually, how well this runs DS games. So, man, Banana City. So let's exit that. Sometimes this button on here, I'll just go do a reset. So some of the times I'll just do a reset on here. Let's just jump right into a game here. We'll figure it out. We'll figure out everything else later. So let's see how this does. Imagine. Yeah, okay. It's not letting me, okay. So for whatever reason, it's not letting me put the main screen. There we go. Okay, here we go. Who's got the damn ball? I just want to slide into him. Get myself a good yellow card. Alright. So, I mean, it plays. It definitely plays. Looks good, plays good. you know, figure out the controls. But so that's definitely playable. It's definitely playable. If you like soccer, there you go. Let's exit this one. Let's try some arcade games. All right, so let's actually do some Dreamcast games. There's only a couple on here. Crazy Taxi 2, Sonic Adventure, Soul Blade. They should have put Soul Calibur on here. I don't know why they put Soul Blade on here. But you can always add your own games too. If you take this out, pop it into your computer, there's a games folder. You can put your own games in. So it's really easy. And I'll probably do a separate video on that, on how to add games to this little device here. Oh, it is Soul Calibur. They just have it named wrong. Okay. So that's cool. Awesome, because I love Soul Calibur. So let's see how this plays. Crazy Taxi 2, and we got some bugged up stuff here. Crazy Taxi 2, Sonic Adventure 2, both of those do play. There we go. Very playable, I would say. A little sound sputtering here and there. No frame drops to the point where it affected anything. Wow, this actually runs really well. So very, very happy with that. Perfect. Let's go. All right, again, it's running RetroArch, so you can save state. You can turn off input lag, latency, load state from there. Super, super easy. Sonic Adventure, Ikaruga, Crazy Taxi. A couple of good Dreamcast games. So Neo Geo, entire libraries on there. These all play great. Blazing Star, classic game. Use the D-pad as well. So yeah, Cyrus, all your Neo Geo games, bro, handheld. Get yourself one. 100% speed, plays great. Again, running RetroArch, quit game, go back to the main menu, and then you're back. Cadillacs and Dinosaurs, guys. Every Neo Geo game, check this out. This is awesome. 8-Man Fighters, Fatal Fury, they're all on here. Neo Geo Pocket for your handheld lovers. All this stuff plays. PlayStation, 100%. All your PlayStation games will play. So we could do some, let's do a quick one here. As you can see, Metal Gear Solid, Rayman 2, Resident Evil, Spyro the Dragon. Let's do some Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. I'll do single session. Be Tony Hawk. So control wise, X, circle, triangle, square. So don't let it confuse you. All your PS1 games play amazing on here. No, I still got it. Let's go. Ah, as I said, I biff it. So, PS1, amazing. All of it. Everyone agrees. So, exit that here. Quit RetroArch. So I don't need to go through these guys. Capcom, Colony Wars, Digimon, Driver 2, Gran Turismo. All of them play. Silent Hill, Suikoden, Tomb Raider, Twisted Metal 2, Castlevania Symphony of the Night, Crash 2, Crash 3, Crash Team Racing, Final Fantasy Tactics. Just the hits, the ones you want. And then, you have all your arcade stuff. You got some MAME stuff in here. Aero Fighters, that's a great game. Air Garrett is another one. See if Armed Police Bat Riders isn't on here. That's a cool game. let's go to our Capcom stuff. Check it out. Gigawing. Gigawing's really good. Let's try. Let's throw that up. See how it plays. Yeah, this plays great, guys. All your 16-bit arcade stuff is just gonna play amazing on here. You can see the color a little bit better when I turn the screen like that. So again, Retro Arts quit. But you guys, it's all on here. I mean, overall, you know, my overall thoughts on that Rg351P, I would say, as far as emulation goes, it's going to be the best handheld for a couple of reasons. One, the build. There really is no other handheld built this well. You know, you have stuff like the X6, the X12 Plus. While the emulation is really good on them for the 8 and 16-bit stuff, they're not built as well as this. I mean, this is a good, tough screen. You know, that's not a screen that's going to scratch easy. You have a lot of options as far as emulation goes. You know, your variety of games. This comes with, like I said, guys, 22 consoles pretty much ready to go. So, you know, you get your Dreamcast too. The only one that it doesn't play very well, I mean, PSP is kind of spotty. N64, like I would say, what you would expect for emulation on a device like this. I would say for the device, and given the, you know, current N64 emulation scene, I would say this is definitely viable if you're looking to play all of the Nintendo first-party stuff. Super Mario 64, Super Smash Brothers, Mario Party, Mario Kart plays great on here. And then you get a couple of the other stuff, the third-party stuff that's still going to play relatively well. So I would say for N64, it's definitely worth getting it. PS1, I haven't had a handheld play anything PS1 this well, so I'll probably do a separate video on that. It really does do amazing. One of the reasons why I'm not going through it is because all of this plays. It does amazing with it. So, you know, guys, check it out. I would say for a handheld, it's definitely the best emulation handheld on the market. This thing just came out like a month and a half ago. So it's totally worth it. I mean, you can pick one up in the link below, you know, and, you know, bro, do you even emulation handheld? So Rg351P definitely meets bro standards. I would say it's very good. Go pick one up, you know. Until next time, guys, do you even RetroBro? See you on the next video.
Do you even RetroBro? Do you even retro?